Yang is actually coming on to commentate for this next run, along with Cosmic. So we'll pass it over to them
in a little bit. For now, obviously incredible showing by Yang, really.
Yep.
Setting up Team Rebellion for a really good start off with the whole relay. Once again, everybody, this is a whole relay race where we have to compete across every Devil May Cry game, including the reboot. That's 6 runs, assuming my math is good. And we're going in release order, I do believe.
Yeah, that's right.
In comes the raid. Now it's time to get the next runners in here. But either way, I gotta be honest with you, that wasn't as heartbreaking as I thought it would be.
No, honestly, it was a really close race, especially in the early game.
Meanwhile, our young boy, DanSpence, getting ready. All the rolls. If you guys are unfamiliar with Devil May Cry 2 Speedrun, and you only hear stuff on Twitter, you need to stick around for this race. Devil May Cry 2 is a fantastic speed game. It's a really good run to watch, and ideally, these two runners are some of the best people to showcase you could have asked for. Just as before, we got people at the top of the bracket, top of their game. They care about this run, they want to represent their team and do well for the people around them. What we ask for, twitch.tv/DMC2LonerHero.
Here I am, actually, to commentate this. Yang is going to take a moment to, she's got to collect herself after commentary is very quiet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dumpstering WaifuRuns, absolutely. I would too. I would need several minutes.
Okay, here we go. Commentary way quiet compared to the game right now. Should be good now. Thank you, Rasha. Vash, as always, man, thank you so much for coming on and commentating, by the way. We always love having you. We always love having you.
We've been around for all of it, but I got stuff to do.
Yep.
You guys stay cool, stay funky. Have fun with your run, Scruff, Cosmic, and be cordial.
Absolutely.
I'm hopping on out of here. Y'all be good.
All right.
Waifu, good job. Yang, congratulations. You earned it. I'm out of here.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So, welcome everybody to Devil May Cry 2. A little bit of the black sheep of the series. Let me know if I am clear over the game. It would be great. Great. So we have Dan on the right and Loner on the left here. And they are going to be trying to get very specific chains of combos to do an orb manipulation. Dan is going to be going for a Showtime combo to get tons and tons of orbs on the bit here. And Loner is going to be going for an orb manipulation that will allow him to get 16 times the regular amount of orbs. A lot of what you're going to be seeing in this game is very much the orb economy and how that factors into the run, as well as just sort of stacking up a lot of damage per second tools for the late game so that we can just shred everything with Dante's ultimate Devil Trigger form in this game, which is called Majin Devil Trigger or Majin Devil Trigger, or Desperation Devil Trigger, whatever you want to do. You know, whatever works. All right, so we're also waiting on Yang to get in here too. She'll be commentating. Hey, what's up, Yang?
I'm setting up the shows.
All right, all good. Don't worry about it. So this second mission here, Dan is going to be rolling in. By the way, rolling is the best form of movement in this game until we get, you know, into like flying and all that. But in terms of just like ground movement, rolling is really the way that you want to go. So these first couple of missions here are kind of like filler a little bit. You've been learning this game, right, Yang? On the side?
Not as much. I kind of opted out for Kingdom Hearts 2, but I did
good
watch
choice.
the tutorial.
Good choice. Both pretty good choices. So this first puzzle right here, we're hoping for two very specific patterns, so that we can get a 2-cycle on the puzzle. Dan getting a pretty decent first cycle here, and then I think he's going to get the optimal one for the second cycle. Loner moving into mission 2 as well here now. Yang's a bit quiet. Let me turn her up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, you were a bit quiet on like the audio level, so I'm just turning you up. So you should be good now.
All right. So I don't think there's too much going on in missions 1 and 2.
Not a
Dan
whole lot.
says mission 3 is one of his big choke points, so we can look forward to that.
There is like something to note too with the lock-on in this game. A lot of people don't really know this, but you can actually disable the lock-on in this game by holding down R2. So there's going to be a lot of moments in this run where the runners are going to have to attack these light wheels that will open up certain doors or objectives, and they're going to be holding down the R2 or the right trigger in order to get around all of the enemies, because otherwise you would have to fight all the mages in this room and stuff. Let's see if Loner gets a good cycle in this puzzle here too.
Yeah, Loner with basically no DD rust.
Yep. Okay, so
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, he's gonna get the he's gonna get a 3 cycle on the puzzle here, so I'm gonna set him a little bit more behind, but nothing doing. Dan gonna be moving into this last room of mission 2 here. So since Dan did not get the orb manipulation on the first mission, he is going to be going for some extra orb caches here. And we're going to be using these pads right here, like the little green glowy things, to refill the devil trigger. And that is what the runners are going to use to clear out these rooms that have them in them anyway, super efficiently.
Did Loner get the orb manip?
I think he did in that first mission. I think he has level 2 rebellion right now.
All right.
I think he did. We'll see in a second. Don't quote me on it, because I was looking at Dan's screen to explain some stuff while it was going on. But they're gonna grab the aerial heart here, which is gonna allow us to fly. Loner got more manip in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I should have never doubted the boy, but you know. All right, and Dan is actually going to fly on out. I didn't think he actually got those orb caches. I think he's just kind of gunning for it. So he's going to pick up level 2 rebellion here. So something that's different in this run over a lot of the other games is that we're going to be upgrading just straight up damage numbers, because we have like all of the moves, you know, that we can get throughout the course of the game immediately available from the start, including the double jump. So a lot of the, you know, stacking up that we're going to be seeing is just straight up damage numbers. And if you don't have these damage numbers, it's not going to like totally screw you over if you don't have them, but it's definitely going to change up the way that you tackle some fights, or it's going to change some of the cycles. They're going to be taking damage from this door hand here, so that when they get into the fight against the gorilla, they're going to be able to get into Majin Devil Trigger and then take out the boss. So let's see if Dan's got it. He does.
So scary going into Majin.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Oh no! I think he was about to turn on Devil Trigger there too. But he's got the gold orb that we got at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, tragic, so he just round trips it.
Yep. Definitely a solid backup for this boss for sure. This was actually the old strat before Loner and Raj mapped in the... Oh, this is bad right here. He knocked off both of the arms, so now Gorilla's going to get a ton of extra iframes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for some reason, can you imagine if you got both your arms chopped off and you just got to be like, I'm invincible for like 5 seconds? That's what happened to this boss.
Okay. That's really unfortunate losing the gold orb there, though.
Yeah. There is a backup that he can grab on mission 5. We'll see if he goes for it, though.
I bet he will.
I hope so. Gotta root for them. That's right, because we got the biased commentary right here, too, because we got both Team Rebellion.
I was watching his stream, like his last practice run, and he was getting decimated on mission 5. It was really tragic. So I really hope he pulls it through this time.
Let's see what Loner's got in the tank, though. He's going to rev up the Majin Devil Trigger, just going to go to town with those arm blades.
Once you get Majin, it's just free, so... Or not.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you gone over how, like, different combos work?
No, you go for it.
Oh, why don't you? Because I'm not entirely sure.
So a lot of the way that like different combo, like you mean like the inputs or like?
Yeah, like the direction-based combo modifiers. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, well, first of all, here's the quick heart skip. So you don't have to go and get the quick heart at all in this. You can just kind of do cartwheels to skip through this gate here. This is like, you can do this casually even. It's pretty darn easy. So the way that this game works in terms of like modifying combos, inputs, and like the way that like you get certain combos out is you tilt the stick either left or right in addition to back and forward. And you can actually do, you know, like you get the launcher with back and the stinger with forward, but you can also get different combo strings based on if you're using left and right. And this is going to be coming into play, especially when we get into the Devil Trigger stuff. This is how you actually get access to million stabs. So you'll be able to do like 1-2 tilt left and then mash out the melee attack. And that'll give you million stab in Devil Trigger. The boss here went down too with the help of Majin.
That was really good for Dan.
I believe this boss's name is Jakotgun or something like that.
Yeah, there's some pretty weird naming schemes for the enemies in this game, to be honest. Jakotgun. In Loner, I don't think anyone doubts he's gonna get it.
And so Dan gonna pick up the purple orb here, which they have the same effect in this game as they do in every Devil May Cry, which is they increase the amount of Devil Trigger that you have, you know, maximum, as well as just refilling your Devil Trigger going into the mission. So we're gonna be able to take out these little wolf boys hella quickly with the stinger into the machine guns. And this is also where we pick up the shotgun. And the shotgun is like definitely the, I want to say the best gun like in this whole game. It allows you to do, it allows you to like blow back a bunch of demons. At point blank, it does mad damage. And it gives you access to shotgun cancels, which you can use to build tons of Devil Trigger and deal tons of damage. And the way you'll do this, it's pretty simple. Because this is the game that actually introduced real-time weapon switching to the series. So you just shoot the shotgun and then switch to your pistols and then switch back to the shotgun, and you can just cancel all of the recoil on it. So you just get to pump out shots real quickly. I'm gonna take down these birds as well. Loner taking down and this is the thing that you'll notice sort of a little bit about the way that Loner took down these wolves compared to Dan, is that Loner has a ton of DT left. I think Dan had a little bit less. And that's just due to, like, you know, overall efficiency and the way that he understands the patterns of those enemies.
I mean, Dan's like one of the best runners, but his game knowledge is just like not on par with Loner's.
Yeah, Loner has, I think, probably put more time into this game than like anybody on planet Earth. So definitely no slouch.
Yeah, probably like the rest of the DMC community combined.
Probably, yeah. Loner, I think, is responsible in part, like mostly responsible for a lot of like the current strats that are used too, especially some of the Majin strats. There's also a guy named Raj or Rage that contributed a lot to some of them too. And so here's the... Go ahead.
When you get into like the depths of the game's mechanics, it really is a pretty impressive game. Like,
yeah,
it's really important, and it has a bad reputation.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, given the time that they had to sort of, you know, push it out the door, there's really a lot kind of going under the hood, and like it's still, you know, like still a pretty it's not you know, it's not going to hold a candle to the rest of the series, but I can definitely think like of there's plenty of worse action games in this, like, and I would rather play this over something like, I don't know, Nano Breaker. Like, if you haven't played Nano Breaker, pop that game in for a little bit and then tell me whether or not you want to play that or DMC2. I guarantee you you're gonna be like, I want to play DMC2. Oh, this is unfortunate by Dan. He got a lot of bad RNG on those tanks, so this is gonna be pretty massive time loss on his side. This is one of those things that you really cannot help, especially if you're going for the Majin strats to like fly up faster in the next area. Like if the tank just decides that it's going to shoot you with the machine gun, then there's really nothing that you can do. Let me swap over to Loner's audio as well here. Yeah, see, like even Loner's getting dusted up by this thing. Uh-oh. Barely makes it out. Woohoo! On a pixel.
Yeah. Come on, Danny boy.
And look at how fast this Majin form flies upward. It's just, whoo, just straight to the top. And then watch this little this strat against the chopper here. So it's always going to attack, like activating this activating the cutscene this way is actually faster than sort of like dodging over. It's going to save like just a couple of seconds, but you get all the way over there just immediately. Now Dan's going to fly to the top here. And Loner heading into the chopper fight. This is going to be risky because he is going to be using a Devil's Star here, and I think he has to take one hit. Oh my goodness, skating by. These are also called gun jumps, by the way. You just jump and hit the gun button, and it gives you a little bit of extra height. And so doing that will allow you to just like skip a little bit of like parkour here and there. So pretty neato. Uh-oh. Loner's going to be very, very careful about this. See if Dan will go for that backup gold orb as well.
It does seem like Loner's getting pretty bad RNG. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
there he goes. Dan's coming up on it too.
So here he goes.
Very good by Loner.
Absolutely.
Dan pops his double star.
I do have confirmation that Dan did indeed grab the gold orb there.
Yeah.
So that is good. Loner going to be heading into mission 6. Dan going to be fighting off the chopper here. Let's see.
Dan get...
Okay. Okay, he's got it. Oh, healed a little bit too much. Unfortunate.
No!
And then, let's see here. Okay. He avoids the missiles. Oh, goodness.
Oh, no.
Okay, he's got Majin. No, he keeps healing. Okay, we've got it, though. He's got the Majin. He's got the weak point.
And when you do go Majin, your double trigger completely refills. So
Yep.
it doesn't matter that he has like a silver.
And down goes the chopper. All right, Loner about to Majin
yeah.
up on this boss on the building. That was tense. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's biased commentary.
I wasn't even pushing Loner. I was so impressed with Dan.
All right, and then here we go. Loner going to go ahead and take out the head here with... Oh, no.
Still
Might get caught in the crossfire.
Okay. Hitting the weak point on the back. Okay. See, I only recently found out bosses have weak points in this game. That's
yeah,
really cool.
it follows sort of like a like an RE style way that they do bosses.
It kind of reminds me of when I learned DMC1. I never knew you could critically hit Phantom.
Yep, I think that's probably like everybody's sort of like light bulb moment when they're learning that game. Is just like, oh goodness, like I can just do this and he just takes mad damage.
There he goes.
All right, so here's Majin.
Dan popping off.
Let's see how he wraps up that as Loner heads into... As Loner does the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater down this pipe here.
Dan can catch up on some time if he does this well.
And there's Judgment. And Judgment is...
Hey!
Judgment is an ability that is used by hitting both the melee and shoot button while you're in Majin form without holding lock on. If you hold lock on, then you get like the Hyper Viper Beam laser.
Yeah.
And Judgment hits like map wide.
It's basically the DMC1 Holy Water.
Yep. Absolutely. The way that this game like sort of gates off those huge AoEs behind like Holy Water itself is just an RNG drop. And then Judgment, you know, you have to like get into super low health and then activate Majin form, and it's just like, well, dang. Like there's really not a whole lot of nukes in this game, so to speak. A lot of the damage that we do is just super like high extended periods of time damage.
Loner going back for Vendetta.
Yep. So
Yeah,
Loner
you
activated
actually-
this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, you actually activate the elevator first, and while it's going down, you backtrack to get Vendetta and the Flameheart. It is the Flameheart? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing. Right. Yep.
Because the elevator is just so slow, it takes so long to drive it down anyway, so you can just do other things while it goes down.
Indeed.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't know that that was a thing, actually, until I started running this game. Like, saw somebody walk over to the elevator and then jump off, and I was like, what are you doing? What's going on here? And then, yeah, you just get to do that. And it's like, oh, sick. Dope.
Really clean movement by Loner. Dan with the less than 100th second gold.
Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's my boy. And it's train time. Loner's gonna go for more orb manips here.
There's the Flameheart by Dan. The microwave jams in the chat.
And I assume you did explain orb manip already.
Yeah, it's basically like you have to get a certain set, like certain set combo letters, and I think it's like for the one that Loner's going for, it's like EE A D E or something like that. And then once you get that, you just get like a 16 times multiplier. EEDDAA. Yeah, there you go. And you get a 16 times multiplier, yeah.
That's just ridiculous. Who even finds this stuff out?
This was actually, I believe, in the Japanese strategy guide that Loner purchased and had Platinum Paragon translate. There's a ton of things in that guide where, like, just things that we didn't know about the game, and once it got translated, we were like, oh my gosh, this is all sort of happening under the hood of the game. Like, it even gives you armor values and stuff of different bosses and all that.
See, that's almost a little too much depth. I mean, I know DMC1 is, like, not exactly known for explaining things to you, but, like, come on, son.
Yeah, there's a lot sort of like that doesn't, like, the game just does not explain these things to you, and it's just kind of like, yeah, you can kind of tell that they had 6 months to pump this out. So now you can notice that Dan has about like 12,000 orbs and Loner's sitting at like 32,000, and that's because of the orb manip, or 33,000. I'm sorry. That's because he just got the chunky numbers. Shoutouts to Campbell's. Also, fun fact on these elevators, there's invisible walls, so you can't actually fly up these. Whenever you go into flight mode, it will just create an invisible ceiling. But if you just jump, then it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's weird because like we've thought about just routing it, because we were like, oh, we buy a purple orb anyway here at the beginning of Mission 8, so let's just try and fly up. And the moment that you enter flight mode in Devil Trigger, it'll just create an invisible ceiling, and you just can't go anywhere. But you can jump up, and it's like, okay, interesting. So Loner gonna activate Million Stab here. And the way that he's going to do Million Stab, he's going to initiate it in Devil Trigger, but then cancel out 2 regular Dante, so it's not going to consume any Devil Trigger at all. Because if he stayed in Devil Trigger, it would be consuming it as the attack was going off. And again, the way that you do this is you do 1, 2, and then side tilt the stick, and then mash out the melee attack. I think that's probably like my favorite Million Stab in all the games.
Definitely unique.
So here goes Dan into mission 8.
Yeah, Loner will never financially recover from that A rank.
Not in a million years.
This is a really cool looking boss, though. I think everyone pretty much agrees with that.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Huge fire bosses are always cool. Except Phantom.
Speaking from experience, yes, I can agree. He was giving you a time of it earlier too.
My God. Yeah.
Both of you got some major flack from Phantom in your runs.
I can't wait to watch that back.
It was a great race. It was awesome.
I couldn't believe I got like a 4-3-2.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? And now here is the offense heart. So the offense, so check this out, y'all. So we got Vendetta, which gives you the most attack power of any of the swords. We've got the Flame Heart, which increases the damage that you deal in Devil Trigger, as well as adds the flame element onto your attacks. And then we also have the Offense Heart, which increases your attack power further while in Devil Trigger. And so even though we spend like a minute or 2 grabbing these things, it more than pays for itself in the late game. Also, fun fact, when you upgrade a certain class of weapon, it will affect how powerful your attacks in Majin are. So if you have a level 2 weapon on, your Majin attacks of that class will be that level. So since they have like a level 2 Vendetta, the Majin attacks will be more powerful.
That's cool. I'm learning.
It's pretty dope, right? Again, a lot of stuff just kind of going on under the hood in this game. That was another strategy guide fact.
I do wish they'd kept like customizable DT in like in some regard at least, because it's really cool.
Yeah, I think that if they were to put like Lucia in sort of like a modern DMC, they might make that like her thing, you know?
Yeah, like her gimmick, that'd be cool. That'd be tight. Actually.
Yeah, like maybe have that be like her weapon switches essentially. Just like swap out elements and stuff like on the fly.
Yeah, she hasn't really been in anything, has she?
Nope, just this game.
Her.
She's got the coolest movement tech in this game too, which is sad, man. She could be like the Ninja Gaiden character. She could like do an Azuna drop and stuff if she were in a modern one. That'd be sick.
She also has an underwater boss though, so.
You know, that's fair. There's definitely no movement tech going on there, I have to admit. So here is the Moth boss. And so pay attention to here how Loner kills these guys. He's not going to just kind of shoot them down. He's going to let them drop. Because the guns will just have them drop. And he's also going to kill this guy last because the despawn animation for that enemy is quicker than the flying enemies. So then he's going to let this moth larva eat him. And he was going to get his health down far enough that when he shakes out, he'll be in Majin status, basically. So here he goes. Very close. And then he's just going to fire some fireballs. It's really redundant, but it's fine. And now Moth goes down. Then he's going to use Majin to take out the rest of take out that enemy, as well as just use the Vital Star. Just to recover.
And now you just hope that they eat you and grab you so you can instantly explode them.
Yep, exactly. It is actually a lot quicker to just let them eat you and explode them rather than try to fight them. Fun fact, too, on the HD collection, the larvae that spawn underneath the Moth's feet, you cannot damage them on the HD collection, but on PS2, you can damage them. somehow this got lost in the port. It's unfortunate, but you know, they fixed a lot of other things with the game from the from the port, so with the port, so. And then there is the the nice Okami alert. Okay, found you. Incredible. Oh, Dan just failing
Dan
just missed it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. He should be good.
Loner, I think, got really lucky because he had that wide orb drop as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, give all the good RNG to the better player.
All right, and now Loner moving into mission 11. The cursed room coming up on on Loner's screen. Fun fact, a friend tried to mod that room to just have a black like floor texture, and when you try to mod that texture specifically, it will crash the game. So there is something about that room as to why they kept that texture there that is just duct taping the entire game together. Like the entire game will just crash if that texture is not there.
Somehow it's Kamiya's fault.
I don't get it.
Yeah, no one gets it. Sometimes, like, the later levels of this game are kind of like a fever dream for me.
I agree, yeah, definitely. Definitely seems like this is where, you know, development shifted from, like, a Tomb Raider game to being a Devil May Cry game.
Loner running for balls. There we go. Very impressive one cycle on that wall. Well done.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then here is going to be a huge puzzle that just gets skipped by flying to the top of the area.
Yeah. Time to climb.
Except, like, no Monkasteer this time around.
Yeah.
It's like, rip. You can also just kind of skip this puzzle here as we head into, fuck, I forgot this guy's name. Bulwark, right. Easiest boss name to pronounce in the game.
Yeah, one of the hardest, right? He will, like, always try to backstep from you, so you have to wedge him into a corner.
Yep. And the camera will also prioritize the dogs. I assume because casually they probably want you to kill the wolves first and then focus on Bulwark, but obviously we don't want to do that in the run, so Loner just kind of gets him into the corner and then uses the air raid.
And Loner got really good RNG there because Bulwark didn't drop down from his little throne area, so the dogs were like just a non-issue.
Yep. Very clean fight. I think this is what you're talking about with the Fever Dream. We got floating triangles and...
I'm watching it and I still don't know what's happening. What's the context?
I have not a single clue.
Alright, and then Dan is not so lucky. Bulwark is not in a corner.
Gonna be opting for the...
Stingers.
Yep. Fortunately, Bulwark is kind of staying in place, being nice.
Yeah.
So, really like that.
Yeah, I think like the dog was maybe blocking him from back here. But I'm not sure.
I think so.
So that was unlucky, but it could have been worse.
And here's Pluto as well, about to go down on Loner's screen. And Dan heading into the Fever Dream himself.
Looks like Dan, looking at the splits, is only a little more than a minute behind Loner.
Seems like it, yeah.
Granted, he did have a head start, but there we go. And these things are so hard to hit because I don't think Dante properly locks onto those little pyramid things. You have to hold R2.
Yeah, exactly. He'll try and lock onto the skulls. So here is Arias. And Loner is actually going to be manipulating Arias here, hopefully, because what he's going to do is just kind of get him in this stun lock combo that's going to prevent him from summoning demons. And if he doesn't summon any demons, he's going to only put up this shield and then try to summon the demons afterward. But he's stacking shields, unfortunately, here. Ooh, that was almost a nice little adjustment there. Arias goes down, ducking.
That was interesting. I thought. Maybe I have the Arias fights mixed up. That's not how I remembered it in the tutorial.
Probably the second one, where he's got
Yeah.
like all the secretaries and everything running around.
I don't know. I'll just shut up.
No, you're fine. I mean, it's cool. Like you said, it's a fever dream.
Yeah.
Like.
And you do fight Arias like multiple times.
Yep. Also, here's the
Right.
jump kick cancels on the thing right here. Boom, boom.
Very hard to nail.
Hey, 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 hey.
Come on.
And so in this fight here, or this level here, let's see how Dan's Arias fight goes here as well. Looks like he's going pretty. Oh, I don't agree with the million stab here. He's going to teleport over to the side.
I think that was an accident.
Okay, fair enough.
Because Loner very specifically told Dan to never million stab in this fight because that happens. And Dan said, "Oh, I didn't mean to. It was an accident."
Oh, okay, fair enough. Also, here is a despawn right here. So if you just run up the side of this wall in this room, all the enemies despawn. We have no idea why that works, but it does.
Yeah. Thank God it does.
Indeed.
Waifu says it's a new strat. So.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. So in this level right here, you have to activate 4 wheels of light in order to progress to the area where we're going to fight our favorite Phantom.
Yeah. He's gonna give slow turns all day.
And Loner actually has switched to the thunder element here because when you do air raid with fire on HD Collection, I don't know if this is the case on PS2, but if you do fire air raids, you will hit like everything on the screen. It won't take any damage, but it'll just deplete your DT like super hard. So we switch over to the thunder element here so that we have a normal hitbox on our air raid and we can just take out the wheel of light. I think thunder also has the most efficient DT use out of all the elements.
See, that's interesting. I didn't know they had the different, rates of DT consumption.
Yeah, I think it's because of the way that like damage stacks up on them or something like that. It goes like from least efficient to most efficient. I believe it's fire, ice, thunder, and I don't really know where chrono fits in there.
Bro, that's it.
Yeah, it's basically the Quicksilver of this game.
Interesting. I don't remember it.
Yeah, there's a really weird way you find it. You have to do it on the next mission actually coming up, and it's like in a small pocket somewhere on the map. And I forget exactly how you unlock it, but it's there, and you can just equip it, and you can manipulate time. It's cool.
And Phantom's down for Loner.
Ayo.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that fight much.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows how to fight Phantom. It's just like you go and fight, you go and like whack him in his face. With okay, Dan's gonna use. All right, sets up with the Helmbreaker there. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So mission 15 here is a 4-minute, like wave. Like you fight a bunch of waves basically, and Loner's gonna set up with the hand here. So Dan moves into Phantom, trying to go DT. Loner's gonna go for a Majin strat here to just go. He got a bunch of white orbs. Jeez Louise. He's gonna kill a certain number of enemies to spawn in a different wave. I think Phantom's about to go down as well.
Yeah, I think Dan is comparing against some of that.
I think he is too, yeah. Alright, so those enemies are going to go down. And Loner is trying to stay in Devil Trigger super fast, like super long. He's going to use the good old laser. I don't think this is what he wanted
laser.
though.
Yeah, you're supposed to use Apocalypse, right?
Yeah. Is it called Apocalypse or is it called Judgment in this game? Or is it just called Judgment in DMC5? I never remember.
I think it's like Apocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mission 15 though is both Loner and Dan agree it's one of the worst like time sinks of the run.
Doomsday.
It can be-
That's what
yeah.
it is.
Doomsday. We're both
Doomsday.
wrong.
Yeah, hey, excellent.
'Cause if you do this mission right, it can be really fast, but if you mess up a little bit, you're losing a lot of time.
Absolutely, yeah. See how it goes on Dan's end as well here. I do have to check on some things real quick, Yang, with the runners that are coming up, so I just want
Alrighty,
to take
yeah.
over for a little bit.
Oh no, Loner died. Oh dear, that's probably not good. I assume he didn't mean to do that. Here comes Dan with his probably Doomsday. Loner is in the margin, he's fine. Dan got lucky there, he got the wide orb pickups. That's what you want to see, actually. Now he just needs to get his health back down to margin levels, or he's not going to use margin at all. Just wail on him. Just don't die, Dan. Don't die. Now these Abyss Goats, they do get knocked down with one shotgun blast, and that's really handy when you're getting grouped up on. Okay. He has one more wave left. I'm gonna build up margin. Kind of unfortunately, it's just like Abyss Goat and spam. Abyss Goat, Blood Goat. They're both just fighting goats. Which never ends. He should be getting. I thought they got knocked down in one hit. Apparently on. No, Dan died too. Well, I guess they're even. Thank God Dan picked up that backup. Oh, that's bad. It does respawn you with full DT. There's that. But that's not really where you want to use your gold orb. If you're gonna use one at all. And Dan is leading time on this mission. He's lost half a minute. And then Loner here, he's trying very hard to get to Majin range without dying and without killing any of these enemies, because if he kills them, they're almost certainly going to drop a green orb. There he goes.
Alright, here goes Loner. Did just check on the runners to make sure everybody was awake and whatnot.
You missed some pretty serious developments.
What's going on?
Dan died. It was really sad.
Oh, unfortunate.
And it's a very precise movement to get through there unhurt. Loner did it great. The purple ball's a time loss, indeed. I believe if you get hit by one of those, it sucks you into a bonus fight. And then Dan, much the same as Loner, he's going to try to build up his Majin. If any of them would actually attack. There they go. It's very scary, this whole run. You have to get to like minimal HP and then just never die. It's really exciting, but really scary. Loner's in the second over fight. And... okay, that was quick. Easy. Getting spooky on Loner's end. Okay. Dan made it through too. It's not actually that scary. It looks scary, dodging the balls. And then this is the scary fight. You kill the blood goat, and then you have to get back once again into Majin range. And you have to be very careful when you get out of the elevator because the game trolls you with a green orb 2 feet in front of your face that you have to dodge. Dan going on to Bulwark. And targeting the dogs, of course. And there comes the laser. Hopefully Bulwark goes down to it. Okay. All good. Sick shot. Here we have Chismagi on Loner's end. This is a trash boss, honestly. So only one of these 3 heads is an actual, like, hitbox. And you just shoot each head until you see which one you're damaging properly. And then you go Majin, shoot it a couple times, and hit it with the big laser. And then it has one final death attack that you have to dodge. It's really nice having a kill on this boss because it's kinda trash to deal with. Casually.
And Chismagia goes down. Try Sugma.
And this game honestly has a lot of sick tech, so
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yep. Looks like we are getting into the last couple of missions here. Trying to look around for Heis here. And Simateus. Simateus, if you're not paying attention to the Discord, please go live.
Alright, Waifu, you're up. You're running. Again. For Rebellion this time.
The double agent.
Bandit's gonna have to do comms alone. Poor guy.
Rip.
The Arias fights are so nice, he just teleports around, sits on a... Oh, Waifu's... or Loner's gonna watch it?
Loner's
No.
buying us a little bit of time, okay. No, my dream, my life.
So Loner's running on Japanese, is that like a big time save?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Is that just a Loner thing?
Yeah, it's just kind of a Loner thing. He just kind of is like, yep, we're doing this. Waifu, go live.
Oh, Dan missed the kill.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. He can get his DT back. And you see Loner there fighting this boss in the coolest way possible. Just spamming Majin and... No, Dan died. Fuck. It's okay. Even but the boss Loner's fighting. This boss is honestly terrible casually. So seeing Loner's Majin strat while, you know, item spammy and probably not very stylish in some regards is often really cool in other ways. And what was that? That laser. Loner's tilted.
Huh?
You could see it in the way he just paused on it. Still, he's got it. He's about to head into the final boss of the game. And Dan, poor Dan. He has to fight this thing without the quick strat now. See, he's still fighting it, he's barely jumped up that thing's health. Yeah, it looked like Loner's beam just went off to the side. It was stupid. The Despair Embodied is like probably the coolest. Well, not probably. It is the coolest boss in this whole game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's a very like reactive boss. Like there's no real strat to it. You just have to game when you go up against him. Like adapt to whatever he does. Which undoubtedly, like when you get an optimized speedrun, is probably terrible for the run, but it's also really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Come on, Dan.
I think I'm about to wrap up here.
Yeah, it ends final hit of this thing, right? Yeah.
Okay, so there's that. We're going to be swapping over to... Waifu will be subbing in for Team Yamato over Heist, because we cannot find Heist. So, we're going to be booting this guy up here, and moving on in.
Oh,
So
I was kidding, but okay.
Alright, let's see here. Give me 1 second here. I just got to make sure that we're good to go.
Oh no, Dan died again?
Oh no!
Oh no, Dan.
Okay, and we are moving into DMC3 for Team Yamato here. And we're gonna move on over this right here. We're gonna do that and then bring up that right there. Okay. And
I'm on Dan. Get it. Okay.
all right. So again, we got Waifu subbing in for Team Yamato. Man's is playing in the dark here. And okay, so here we go.
Alright.
Dan is
Good.
moving on.
Godspeed, waifu.
Godspeed to Waifu indeed.
You're a brave man. Alright, there we go, Dan. That's so rough. It happened, Dan. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, happens. All right. So, Dan moving into the second to last mission here, the Arias fight.
The fight where Arias just stands there and lets you hit him. Sometimes he teleports, and then you have to run up to him and hit him again. Also, GG's Loner.
GG's Loners indeed. Yep, absolutely. Sorry, there's a lot of different things going on right here. Right now.
Sub 15 and I know reset is not bad.
Super good. Yep. Let me just disconnect away from the call here. Dan heading into the last little bit of the run here.
Let's hope he smashes this final boss.
Let me see if this is going on. I apologize, everybody, for my scatterbrainedness, but stuff and things with events, you know.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
fair.
cool.
There's a lot going on.
Yep.
So the setup Dan's trying to go for is you want to get hit by 3 lasers and dodge the shotgun blast. Boy, this is so much easier.
I got
for
him.
one
Moved me.
person.
Cool.
Alright, and that gets you
Fuck,
right
thanks.
into Majin range. And now you can just wail on him.
I knew
Every
that was gonna
enemy
happen as
has
soon as I
like
got
a
hit
kind
by
of
the
a
fucking
preset amount of combos that you do.
thing.
Too easy.
So this should be free, is my understanding.
Yeah, he should have enough double stars to get the job done here.
Unfortunately, he's not gonna have like any sort of backup items for the Despair Embodied.
Yeah, fortunately you can just sort of like take the death
Okay,
there
that-
and then...
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Nope, was not. Okay, what is going on here? Alright, there we go. Unfortunate.
What's up, Death Daddy?
Alright, let's switch over to Dan's audio here for DMC2 just to avoid some of the chatter there on Waifu's end. Unfortunate.
Man.
Damn. That really sucks.
Alright, at least he gets a second shot at the quick kill, right?
Yep, he should, yeah.
Or do you lose your items like in DMC1?
I think you just get the... Oh, goodness. He might have to restart the mission, and then he'll get his items back.
You're strong. And that shotgun attack does so much damage.
Yeah, it does. It's actually wild. He might have to... Oh, this is unfortunate. This is super unfortunate. Alright, we can probably just pass it over to Dan Hit here to take over the comms for DMC3. Hey, what's up, Dan?
Hope everyone can hear me, right?
Should be able to, yeah. If Ban Hit needs to go up, let me know, everybody.
But yeah, when Arias was like ghosting, I was shitting myself. I'll be real. I thought I was gonna come. I literally sat down with my cup of tea, and I was like, okay, this should be nice and relaxing. Never mind that. But yeah, it's unfortunate with the Dan situation here. Hopefully, Waifu can take the lead with his almost 4 mission lead, basically. And yeah, he just defeated Service right there. A huge roadblock for any like beginning DMC3 runner.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely I want to say like one of the glass ceilings of the run, sort of like how Phantom is the glass ceiling of DMC1. There's like, within the first 2 or 3 missions of like every one of these runs, there's just sort of like that boss that kind of gatekeeps you from, you know, like strong PvEs and stuff.
Yeah, indeed. And as Wife was going into mission 4, does he know that Gigazip isn't allowed? Or...
He knows.
Who knows?
He made a joke about it earlier.
Oh,
He said
okay.
He said he'd run if he was allowed to do Gigazip.
So we'll see if he honors the agreement or not.
But yeah, the room that Wife is in right now, I absolutely despise that room. Because there's always a constant barragement of enigmas and their like arrows. Because they're always like, they're either stormtrooper aimed or they're absolute god tier snipers. And there's nothing really you can do about it. And Wife heads up to the Gigazip room. What is he doing? Oh, he's
okay.
doing.
He did it?
Setup.
He did it? Oh, okay, he did
I
not
thought
do
he
it.
was kidding.
Oh.
No, I figured he wasn't kidding. But, you know, whatever. I mean, at this point, Waifu heckin' cheating, Simo said. I don't think Simo really cares, so... Yeah, feel free to do Gigazip then, Simo.
Yeah. Says the rebellion team leader.
Matter of fact, do it twice. do it on every level. Run mission 4. Yeah, run mission 4 20 times, and then that's your run. I approve this. Okay, here goes Dan. All right. Can you reset room if you failed? Yeah, that's fine, Simo.
There we go, Dan.
All right, Dan.
Has just cleaned up all those sacks. But yeah, Waifu's headed into the first Jester fight and got a pretty iffy pattern. It's not the best one, but it's still manageable. The one where the orbs come off from the top of his head is just really, you don't want that, to be fair. But the one that he just got now, that's the perfect one, and he's almost finished with that fight as well. But yeah, good fight. Good fight.
All right, here we go. He should be good, almost anyway.
So sad for Dan. He normally does so good under pressure.
Yeah, he's a really clutch runner.
I think he's just too far out of his element. Just not enough time spent into.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pretty consistent at the game too. So, I know he's got to be kicking himself right now. And then there's DMC2 down. So let me change over the feeds here.
Yeah.
Dep off. Good job, Dan. Good job again, Loner.
Thank you so much for coming on, Comms, Yang, and good job on your DMC1 run as well.